Namaste, friends. This is the Sun Woman, and welcome to my Holistic Tarot. Here are your universal messages for the sign of Aries. We're looking at what may be coming in for you for the next 30 days during this new moon cycle in Leo, which starts with the solar eclipse on August 21st and extends through to September 19th. So this reading is for my Aries friends, Aries Sun, Aries Rising. And we're just going to take a look at what's going on here. If you have an Aries moon, this reading may apply to you. You'll know what resonates for you personally. These are general readings. If you'd like a private reading, please contact me at the link below in the information box. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look what's going on for Aries for this new moon cycle in Leo. I've already pre-shuffled the cards, cleansed the cards. Just one more shuffle here. I'll split the deck and lay down some cards for you, Aries. All right, I'm using the Golden Tarot, beautiful deck. I'll be using clarifiers from the Golden Tarot, and I'll be pulling one oracle card from the Tao Oracle to close the reading. All right, here we go. We have the Page of Swords in the distant past. We have the Knight of Coins and the Eight of Wands in the recent past. We have the Page of Wands in the current position, right there in the center, the Emperor crowning, the Four of Swords in the foundation. We have the Three of Swords in the, the third week of this cycle with the Death card. And then we have the Ace of Cups at the last week of the solar cycle. Wow, some interesting cards here, you know, that kind of go through a little story here that has its ups and downs, but ends on a really positive note. So let's see what's going on for you, Aries. So this new moon solar eclipse is going to be highlighting your fifth house. And your fifth house is your house of romance, love affairs, creativity of any sort. Your children, if you have children, are in the fifth house. Any type of risk-taking, taking a chance, gambling with something, falls under the fifth house area. So with the solar eclipse in Leo in the fifth house, it looks like you are really going to be focused on love affairs, on romance, on relationship situations, or if you have children, it could be a very busy time for you with your children. Maybe some of you have kids who are going back to school or going off to college. So a lot of activity in that area, in those areas. Some of you may be dating. Maybe you've gotten out of a relationship and are, looking to meet people, looking to connect with people. So you may have, you may be dating different people and kind of out there testing the waters. That's fine with fifth house activity. You just want to make sure with the eclipse there that you are kind of taking it slow, not making any final decisions, because the energy is kind of up in the air, especially also with Mercury retrograde. You don't want to make any lasting commitments until this energy has kind of dissipated a little bit, which would be about 3 to 5 days after the eclipse. And also, Mercury being retrograde will be moving forward the first week of September. Okay? So have fun, enjoy yourself, but, don't make any lasting commitments yet, because you may not have all the information that you need. And the eclipse will certainly bring that out. So what you do have, though, speaking of information, is that you have 2 pages and you have the Eight of Wands. And so that definitely talks about you getting information coming in, conversations, phone calls, texts, emails, instant messaging, messages on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, so you have a lot of energy where there is an exchange of information between you and other people. And you also have a lot of movement. Now, let's go back to the distant past. So you have the Page of Wands here. Page of Wands talks about kind of watching and waiting to see what's going to happen. This, Page of Swords, watching and waiting to see what's going to happen. Kind of being, scrutinizing your situation. You may have someone in your life in the distant past, say within the last year to 6 months, who was an air sign, so that's Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. And, you are... you were gathering information in order to make decisions, in order to take decisive action. So kind of sitting, watching, waiting, biding your time, not really taking aggressive action, definitely waiting to hear what other people have to say, waiting for people to prove themselves, waiting to see what is real and what is not. This Page of Swords is carrying a sword here, and the sword definitely indicates truth-seeking, all right? Slicing through illusion in order to get to the truth. So you have a few characters here, which includes the Page of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Knight of Coins, and at the base of the deck, the Queen of Cups. So we have air, we have fire, we have earth, and we have water showing up here for you. Now, the Page of Wands can definitely be your energy as well. And pages start new things, messages coming in. So you are coming out of this period of kind of watching and waiting to see what happens in your life. The recent past, you have the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Coins. So there may have been some movement forward in the last few months, say the last 3 to 6 months. Some of you may have been traveling. Some of you may have started some kind of new job, new work situation. There may have been a lot of trips back and forth. These could usually be, shorter trips where you are going for a few days and coming back. This could be in relation to a person who is an earth sign, which would be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn person. So some of you maybe in the last 3 to 6 months have been dating or seeing someone with that personality, that earthy personality. The Knight of Pentacles is someone who could be younger than you, male or female. It's somebody who takes his or her time. They don't really move quickly. They're very rooted into the earth, and once they make a decision, they stick to it, and there's really very little that can be done to divert them off of their path once they get started in that direction. But it takes them time to get moving, and they also move slowly and carefully because they are that earth. So it is possible that you have been wanting to see a little more action, or a little more movement, or a little more excuse me, a little more speed in relation to this Knight of Pentacles in your life. And they're really, you haven't really been able to move this person along because they're going at their own rate, all right? And you have been, with that Page of Swords, kind of watching and waiting to see how this situation is going, or was going to develop. For some reason, I feel that while you have this, maybe this connection, or you're involved with this person, either the Knight of Pentacles or Page of Swords energy, an air sign or an earth sign, right now you are kind of making a decision as to which direction you want to go in. I really feel like you are waiting for a message, you're waiting for a sign, you're waiting to have a conversation with someone. And again, it seems like there's still this kind of waiting period for you, where you may have decided to kind of detach yourself from someone in your life because you are looking to see progress and not necessarily seeing that as fast as you would want it to come. Using Aries, you like action. You're that fire sign. You like movement. You like to get the ball rolling. You like to see things going, see things moving in a forward direction, straight ahead, focused and with energy and with vitality. So If something is not moving as fast as you want, you can lose interest in the situation. And so I feel like maybe you have pulled back a little bit. You're in a bit of a kind of still in that wait and see mode, but maybe focusing more on yourself than on other people in your life. Now, the pages are here. I did indicate that the fifth house can have a lot to do with your children. There are two pages which can talk about youthful energy. So you may, if you have children, there may be a focus right now. You've kind of pulled yourself away from the dating situation or, from the socializing situation to focus on your child or your children. The Emperor is crowning here. So there may be the influence of a strong male figure that is having, that is affecting your situation, your life, your home life. There is a paternal figure. It could either be your father or it could be possibly the father of your child if you have children, who you are also kind of waiting for news from. Okay, perhaps you're looking for support or some kind of, it could be financial support, it could be moral support, it could be someone taking responsibility for their family or for their children, and so I feel like there is an importance. With the Emperor crowning you, there's an importance that a male energy make a move or take a step or make a decision so that there can be some movement forward. Okay. In the meantime, you're kind of still waiting to see what's going on. You are, kind of in a replenishing your energies mode here. So. It's interesting because on the Page of Wands card there are three little hairs, so it reminds me of that fable, the hare and the turtle, or the tortoise and the hare, where the hare thinks that he can so easily beat the tortoise that he races him and he kind of falls asleep right before the finish line, and he wakes up and the tortoise has slowly, step by step made his way across the finish line and wins the race. So I feel like there's a message here in that, even if things are moving slowly, you are going to get to the goal that you're hoping for, or that that you are pushing for to reach here. Now, that information that I just gave you, we're talking about the first 2 weeks of this solar cycle, all right, starting from August 21st. Now we're leading into the third week of the solar cycle, which is about the second to third week of September. I feel like there is, with the Three of Swords here and the Death card, there is a decision that is going to be made that you need to make here. Because I feel like this eclipse it may possibly eclipse someone out of your life or bring closure to a situation that has been dragging on. And, with you kind of frustrated, but really maintaining control of your frustrations. The only swords card here are the Page of Swords in the distant past and the Three of Swords here coming into the near future. So I feel like even though there may have been frustration, even though there may have been a need for communication, for getting down to the bottom of things, for making progress, for having kind of wait on someone else, I feel that you are the one that is going to now, under this eclipse, finally take decisive action to either close out a situation. Some of you may separate from a partner, or there may be, a final break in a relationship that has been dragging on without any future progress. I do feel that it's a necessary closure. It's a necessary ending. And it is one that ultimately is going to bring you a great deal of happiness, because you're ending a cycle that's going to open you up for the possibility of something new and beautiful to come into your life, which is indicated here by the Ace of Cups. So interesting how we have kind of this waiting to see what's going to happen, patiently, things moving very slowly, kind of this jockeying between wanting to move fast and wanting to wait and see what someone else does. You kind of pulling back your energy and saying, you know what, I'm not going to try and press forward. I'm going to just wait this situation out. And then this eclipse coming in and saying, listen, it's time for decisive action to be taken. If something is not resonating with you, if it's not moving with you along your journey, along your path forward in your development, along your spiritual path, it's time to let that thing go, let that thing die, in order to free yourself for new love, new beginnings, new happiness, okay? So the Ace of Cups comes up here, which represents that final week of this solar cycle, the week before September 19th, and there is definitely something new. And it's interesting because here's the Ace of Cups next to the Queen of Cups, who's at the base of the deck. So what I do feel is that all of this dragging and waiting for something to happen has been for a reason, okay? Everything happens for a reason. And the reason that you were not able to move forward or make progress is because there is something or someone new waiting to enter into your life, into your sphere, okay? This could be a water sign person. That's definitely strengthened by the presence of the Ace of Cups and this Queen of Cups at the base of the deck, which could be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. The Queen could be male or female, gender doesn't matter here, but this person is a very loving and nurturing person. He or she definitely wears their heart on their sleeve. They could be someone who has an artistic skill or artistic skills, a musician, a writer, an artist of some sort. They are very eloquent with their words. They're very romantic. There could be a very strong spirituality to them. So this is someone who has a cup of love to offer to you, and who you really will not have to wait on to express themselves to you. They are very expressive. If you look at the card here, this Queen of Cups is holding a pen, a quill, with a little notebook there. And so he or she, and there's a bit of a halo around her head. Interestingly enough, the same as the halo around the angel here who's holding this cup. And look at the dove that is above the cup of love. So not only is this relationship going to be a loving one, has the potential to be emotionally fulfilling, but it's going to bring you some peace that I think you really have been yearning. Okay, especially with the Four of Swords here. Yearning for a situation that you're not going to have to push, you're not going to have to try for, you're not going to have to, make someone make a move or continually wait on someone else to make a move. There is definitely a spark of new beginnings here, and I think that this person that may be coming in is a very, very, very different character, very different personality than who you're used to, okay? So it's much more of an emotional energy. And, this emotion could really open you up emotionally. Because once you feel free and once you feel at ease and you feel loved and supported by someone, it's easy to now express, the deepest parts of your heart, of your love. Talk about what your dreams and your goals and what vision you see for yourself for the future. So, I would definitely, as I said at the beginning of the reading, allow people to come into your space, go out, meet people, definitely, connect with other people. Don't make any decisions, though, any final decisions. Don't be too impulsive. That might be hard for my beautiful Aries, but, don't jump into something right now, because it seems as though if you are careful and if you allow yourself to open to the right person, that person is moving towards you and will make themselves very clear as to how they feel about you, how they see you, and what they want for their emotional future. Okay? So let me just take a card on the Page of Wands here to see what this message is that you are waiting for. Let's see a little more information about what's ending here, and then one more card on the Ace of Cups. All right. So let's see the message. All right. So, here's the Nine of Swords. And so whatever this is, I feel like this watching, waiting, you've been stressing, you've been up at night, you've been worrying about, how things are going to move forward, wanting some closure to a situation, not getting the response, not getting the communication that you're hoping for, kind of going through a situation where it's always the same pattern with this person. Whenever I see the Nine of Swords, I see the nine swords on the wall there as a pattern of going through the same thing over and over and over again, no change, okay? And so you not necessarily receiving the support, the message, the information, the communication that you need, worrying about it, and then deciding you're just going to forget it. You're going to detach yourself from it. You don't need to go through this anymore. You want to break that chain of that cycle that you've been through with someone. You could also be worrying about a child. Again, if you have children, there could be stress related to a child, kind of worrying about the future. You may be worrying about support or lack of support that you have been getting from a partner, an ex-partner, or a current partner. So, some worry and concern about that. But I think at some point, this eclipse is going to make you say, I'm throwing my hands up, I'm washing my hands of the situation, and I'm just going to do the best that I can myself. And if something happens, if something good happens, I'll let it in. If it doesn't, then let it end. And then on the Three of Swords and the Death card, here we go, the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is someone who... The Five of Swords, I feel in this situation, as I was just speaking about you kind of letting things go and saying, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And it may not happen. You may not get the support that you need. You may not get the connection that you need with this other person, this old influence in your life. And so you realize that the situation's over. Okay, I mean, there's nothing could say that more than the Three of Swords, a Five of Swords, and the Death card. Because I think that you're tired of being treated badly. You're tired of being, getting the short end of the stick. You may be tired of people getting credit for things that you've done, and you not getting credit for your efforts, for your love, for your commitment. So, Five of Swords, again, it could be, there are two people walking away from this situation. Again, the eclipse could just be eclipsing that person out of your life, or people who are not supportive out of your life. And there is a victory here. It feels like defeat, but it actually is a victory for you. And you, in the long run, you will see that and you'll understand that. Everything you went through happened for a reason, all right? It's interesting because this person in the Five of Swords, what I just noticed here is that he has a dog here that he's holding on to by the collar, by the leash. He looks like a pretty happy dog. I don't know if that's like a bull terrier or a pit bull. But what I do get from this image is that you want someone who is loyal to you. You want someone who is going to stick around, who's going to be faithful and true, who's going to stand by your side, guard you, defend you, protect you, and that if you're not going to have that, you'd rather be on your own than have something that is opposite of that energy. Okay, So definitely a desire and a need for a faithful, devoted, and loyal partner or companion in your life. And so clarifier for the Ace of Cups, we have the Page of Coins. So I love the Page of Coins card, especially with this Ace of Cups, because what that means to me is that not only is love coming in, sorry about the glare there, not only is love coming in, but you also have some kind of material gift, some material blessing. That could be money, that could be some kind of loan or grant or a gift of some sort. Some tangible thing that comes out of, the heavens for you that you weren't expecting, that really helps your situation, that really helps give you a sense of security. Now, again, this is a third page here, so talking about the potential that there are children involved here. So with the Ace of Cups there and the Page of Pentacles, there's love around a child. There's devotion to a child. There is an overpouring of emotional connection to a child, perhaps, in your life, that you'll be feeling at the end of this cycle. Some of you, the Page of Pentacles is a scholar, someone who goes to school, who's learning, who's gaining knowledge, who is kind of an apprentice. So, some of you may have a child who's starting a new school or some new field of endeavor, of practice, and, you're feeling very proud and loving towards this child who's doing such a great job, and who's learning and growing and flourishing. Okay, but again, if it's not children, there could be a Capricorn influence, because on the card there is a goat here. So someone with a Capricorn energy. Wow, this is interesting. Kind of what I'm feeling here is that, and the message that I just pulled is that once you let go of a situation with someone who has not been supporting or helping you, once you kind of say, that's it, I'm going to go on my own. If I get the help, I do. If I don't, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll be okay. The universe is going to take care of me. It's very possible that this Knight of Coins energy, this Page of Coins energy, is going to come through for you. That finally you will, by the end of this solar eclipse cycle, get the support that you were hoping for. Get, whether it's alimony or child support or, just financial blessing of some sort, that's going to help you out, give you a better cushion to kind of work from going forward. And there's just a sense of satisfaction that you decided to, take decisive action, to move forward on your own. And once you unblocked that energy and broke those ties, then the universe kind of opens up and that abundance flows in for you. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and just take a card from the Tao Oracle to see what the message is here for you. As your healing card, what is this healing message for my Aries? What is the healing message for Aries for this new moon cycle in Leo? Healing message. All right, so there are two cards here peeking out. I'm going to grab one of them. And let's see what we have here. All right. Well, you know what? I have two cards, so I'm gonna take both of them for you, Aries, because you may need to know both of these. So we have biting through and contemplation. So interesting. Look at what biting through says. Well, let me go through this first. Contemplation. So here you are, contemplating under the moon. We have that eclipse. This could be you outside in nature, watching that eclipse. Just be careful if you are outside doing that, that you're, wearing protective eye gear or not looking directly into the sun. But you are using this eclipse to gain an overview of your life. All right, to observe things in a very detached fashion, to gain some increased understanding, says the Tao Oracle. You may have to spend that time in solitude. This is what we talked about, the Four of Swords, okay? So it talks about integration through reflection. So you need opportunity to take at least the first 2 weeks of this solar cycle to reflect on your life, reflect on what you want to do, who's for you, who is not for you, before you move forward. And then here we go. Toward the end of that new moon cycle, you are biting through, taking decisive action. I've said that about 50 times during this reading. Taking decisive action, restoring order, justice, force applied with sensitivity, and tenacious devotion to a task. When I hear tenacious devotion, I think of parenthood, being tenaciously devoted to a child that you love and that you've raised. So all of these themes all come together here for you. Definitely, this is going to be a very powerful eclipse for you, Aries. Take this time to contemplate, perhaps in solitude, make your plans, make your decisions, and once that Mercury moves forward first week of September and the eclipse instability is over, I feel like you will be taking decisive action and you will be better off in the short term and in the long term because of your own vital energies and your own efforts. All right? Don't worry about anyone else. There are good things coming into you that you are about to open yourself up to. All right, so thank you so much, Aries. This has been your reading. I wish you all good things, love, peace, and joy, and I bid you namaste.